Hi everybody, it is Gordy here from Redmayne Smith, an investment property company based right here in the United Kingdom. And today, I want to tell you exactly why you should not invest in off-plan property. So let's get to it. What we've noticed when we've been discussing this with clients and a lot of our online comments, we see a lot of myths around investing in off-plan property. A lot of people not actually understanding what they're talking about. So what I wanted to do is come on here, speak to you directly and bust some of those myths for you. So number one, what happens, Gordy, if the developer goes bust? Oh, I'm gonna lose all my money. Not true. So what you need to do when you're working with off-plan properties, you need to make sure that your money is secured, A, through a client account, or B, you need to make sure the money is insured in some sort of way. Now, what you should not do is invest in an off-plan development that's funded by you 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%, because that means they're using your money to fund the build. So when investing in off-plan, make sure the developer has a client account or your money is insured. So if they do go bust, you're not losing out big time. Number two, is the build fully funded? Yes, yes, yes. So when you're working within the off-plan sector, you have to make sure that the build is fully funded and it's not getting funded through the deposit that you place into the development. So when you're working with a developer, you need to make sure you know the finance provider and you want to understand how they're going to build a development without using your money. Ooh, number three, a mystery on who the developers are. There's a lot of agents, just like myself, that will hide who the developer is. No, no, no. You should never do that. It's very important as an investor yourself that you understand who the developer is. You understand their credentials. Right here at Redmayne Smith, we've got a 30-point checklist we have to go through with the developer before we even consider working with them. So if you use myself to buy off plan, if you use someone else to buy off plan, make sure you always find out who the developer is, because at the end of the day, it's not just the investments company to do their due diligence, it's also your responsibility. So get all the information you possibly can, and if someone doesn't give you the information, do not buy the investment from them. Simple. Number four, no income generated immediately. Not true. Rubbish. So there's not income hitting your bank immediately. True, because the property's not built, you're not going to be getting rent, which guess what? It means that you're not making a monthly income. What happens when you purchase an off-plan property? What happens is you're purchasing an asset. What happens with assets, especially in the current market, they grow in value. So let's have a quick look at it. You've got £100,000. You place £100,000 in an off-plan development. That off-plan development, the price rises by 10% over the next 12 months. You would have made £10,000 on your initial investment. But what about inflation just now? Well, inflation's sitting at 10%. So if you had the money in the bank, 100 grand, 10% inflation, the value of your money is going to be £90,000. So where are you better placing your money? The bank or an off-plan development? Have a think about that one. Potential expensive gaudy off-plan properties are so overpriced. Complete nonsense, rubbish. As an investor yourself, or as a future investor yourself, you'll know how to do price comparisons within the area. Off-plan properties are built at today's market rate. What you will then find when the property is completed within a year, 18 months, 2 years' time, that they would have risen. So they're not expensive to buy, you're purchasing at today's market rate. Now, if you think that the figures don't add up and they're too expensive, well, don't bloom and buy it. Find another off-plan development that makes financial sense. But then you've got service charges, you've got ground rent. Every single development is completely different. Some come with no ground rent, some come with no service charge. It really depends what development it is that you're working with. So what you need to do, you need to find a development that makes financial sense for you. I could talk the same about a simple buy-to-let. Some buy-to-lets don't make sense. Some commercial properties don't make sense. Well, guess what? Some off-plan developments don't make sense either. It has to make financial sense for you. Stop. I hope you're enjoying the content so far. Now, what I want you to do is download our complimentary property guide, which is going to enhance your knowledge. Now, let's get back to the content. Number six, no serviced accommodation. One of the things that my clients ask me all the time is, Gordy, I want to invest, but off-plan doesn't allow serviced accommodation. Rubbish, it does, but with very select few developers. So we work with developers, yes, that do allow serviced accommodation once the property is built, but again, you need to make sure that the financial figures make sense for you. Point number 7, Gordy, I don't want to put my money in an investment for a considerable point of time. Well, that makes no sense. So you've got a couple choices. 1, you keep the money in the bank and it depreciates. Number 2, you put it into something like gold, silver. Well, guess what? You're parking your money there. But you might want to put it in the stocks and shares market. Bit volatile just now, but guess what? You're parking your money there too. But Gordy, I'm going to put it into crypto. Well, I did that as well, and it's not looking too pretty for me just now. Off-plan developments, yes, you're putting your money in for a significant amount of time. Again, between 6 months to 2 years. But guess what? The money is growing in value. Just because you can't see it, it doesn't mean it's not making money. Number 8, having no point of contact. Never work with anyone that doesn't give you a point of contact. That's just so unprofessional. So let's have a look at it. You will want a point of contact because you're going to want to keep updated how your build's going. You want to know when you can get the keys to your property. You want to know what stage you're at with your solicitors. The great thing that we have with Redmayne Smith, you're provided with the point of contact right up until point of completion. But guess what? Not just until point of completion, we actually provide a point of contact for 2 years after point of completion. We want to make sure that you're 100% satisfied with your investment. So never work with anyone that doesn't give you a point of contact. Number 9, off-plan is not as profitable as just your straightforward buy-to-let. You are completely wrong again, my friend. Look at this. Number 1, what's happening to the EPC rating? The EPC rating is increasing, which means for all the buy-to-let landlords out there that properties do not pass will have to spend thousands of pounds to upgrade their properties so they can rent them out. Not just that, with off-plan, they're all built to the highest safety standards. So you're not going to have to go and upgrade your property, spend thousands of pounds in new windows and getting everything else done. You're buying a property that's ready-made and is future-proof for many years to come. So you, my friend, do not need to spend thousands of pounds on maintenance every single year. You're purchasing, as long as it's a good quality development, a lifelong investment that's going to grow in capital value and give you passive income that hits your bank every single month. So when working with an investment company just like myself, we have, as I said earlier, a 30-point checklist before we take any developer on, because we need to make sure that we provide the best quality investments to our clients. Just so you know, a little bit of inside knowledge, we get 20, roughly, developments per month to look at. We may select 0 to 1 development. We handpick specifically the best developments on the market so we can provide our clients with the best quality investments that's going to help them build their wealth. At Redmayne Smith, we are super passionate about helping our clients build wealth through off-plan and built developments. And I can promise you this, if I wouldn't invest personally within the unit, I would not put the unit in front of you. So I hope you enjoyed the content and me busting some of those myths of what people put there out in social media. Never listen to everything that you hear out there. Please make sure you always get expert advice before you do anything, and I have busted some of those myths. So I hope you enjoyed the content. Now before you go anywhere, what I want you to do is download the complimentary property guide just below, which is going to enhance your knowledge within the property market. And before you go anywhere, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.